Death wobbles? Let's go!
The death wobble recovery. What to do when your wheels start shaking at 40 miles per hour. Every electric unicycle rider eventually deals with the death wobble. Some hear about it from a friend, some watch somebody survive it online, and then there are the unlucky ones who meet it personally. Nothing humbles a grown adult faster than a wheel that suddenly decides it has its own opinions. 1 second everything feels smooth, the next second your legs are moving so fast they look like they are trying to start a campfire. You instantly begin making promises to God that you forgot existed 5 minutes earlier. The funny part is everybody thinks they are immune. I have strong legs. I have perfect balance. My wheel loves me. Your wheel is sitting there thinking, keep believing that. One thing I notice is that riders who have never experienced a wobble usually have the biggest confidence. Then the first real one happens and suddenly they become motivational speakers. Wear your gear. Respect the wheel. That speech would have been useful yesterday. One mistake people make is trying to fight the wobble with pure panic. Panic has never solved anything. Nobody has ever said, I survived because I screamed louder. The wheel starts shaking and suddenly your entire body joins the argument. Your shoulders are tense, your knees lock up, and your feet squeeze the pedals like they are trying to make orange juice. Now the wheel has to carry your body plus your fear. That is a terrible combination. The biggest thing that helps is staying loose. That sounds simple until your legs start vibrating like two electric toothbrushes taped together. But relaxing your lower body gives the wheel room to settle instead of making every shake even bigger. Another thing that surprises people is looking too close in front of the wheel. The moment panic starts, your eyes drop straight to the tire. That is like driving a car while staring at the hood. Keep your vision farther ahead, your body naturally follows where your eyes are looking. It is amazing how much calmer your movements become when your focus is down the road instead of watching the wheel perform its own dance routine. Then there is speed. This is where people make the biggest mistake. Some riders instantly slam the brakes. That can make everything worse because all of your weight suddenly shifts forward and the wobble can grow even stronger. Instead, smoothly reducing speed while staying balanced gives the wheel a chance to calm down without shocking it. Think smooth instead of dramatic. Nobody hands out trophies for the fastest emergency stop. Foot pressure also matters. Many experienced riders learn that loading one pedal slightly more than the other can help settle the wheel. Not stomping, not jumping, just controlled pressure that keeps everything stable. It is almost like reminding the wheel who is actually paying the electric bill. Body position is another huge one. Standing stiff turns your legs into two steel poles and steel does not absorb much. Bent knees work like suspension. That extra movement allows your body to soak up the shaking instead of bouncing it right back into the wheel. The wheel calms down because you stopped arguing with it. Sometimes the wobble starts because you are exhausted, but nobody wants to admit that. Everybody says they could ride another 50 miles. Meanwhile, their legs are shaking before they even get on the wheel. Fatigue changes everything. Your reactions slow down, your muscles become tense, and simple corrections become exaggerated. Suddenly, a tiny wobble grows into something much bigger. That is why taking breaks is not weakness. It is cheaper than replacing broken plastic. Tire pressure can also play a role. Some riders notice different handling depending on how firm or soft their tire is. Every wheel feels different, and every rider has different preferences. Finding the setup that feels predictable is worth spending time on. Guessing is expensive. Gear also matters more than people realize. When you know you are protected, you stay calmer. Without protection, every tiny movement feels like the beginning of a hospital visit. Confidence changes how your body reacts, and that confidence comes from preparation instead of luck. The funniest riders are always the ones who say, I never wobble. That sentence ages terribly. The universe hears confidence like that and immediately schedules an appointment. You leave the driveway feeling like an action hero, and 5 minutes later, your legs are performing a drum solo that nobody paid to hear. The best way to prepare is practicing before it happens. Slow speed control, emergency braking, and smooth turns. Learning how your wheel responds under different conditions builds habits that appear automatically when something unexpected happens. Your brain has less thinking to do because your body already knows the answer. Real-world riding proves something interesting. Even experienced riders occasionally get wobbles. The difference is they usually stay calm enough to recover before things get out of control. Skill is not avoiding every problem. Skill is knowing how to respond when one shows up. That mindset changes everything. Instead of fearing every little shake, you start recognizing what the wheel is telling you. It becomes communication instead of chaos. By the end of the ride, you realize something. The death wobble is terrifying, but it is also one of the greatest teachers in electric unicycling. It exposes bad posture, bad habits, too much tension, too much confidence, and too little preparation. It gives honest feedback whether you ask for it or not. Then one day another rider tells you they just experienced their first wobble. You smile a little, not because they got scared, but because you remember exactly how it felt. That unforgettable moment when your legs started moving faster than your thoughts, and somehow you made it home. You parked the wheel, walked inside, and sat down in complete silence. You looked at your wheel across the room, and the wheel looked right back at you. Neither one of you said a word because both of you knew exactly who almost fired who that day. Thanks for watching.